This time, I will discuss the Dodgers in the absence of Shohei Ohtani and the flaws in data analysis exposed by Munetaka Murakami. Part 1, the impact of two-way player Shohei Ohtani's rest days. Based on the fact that rest days for two-way player Shohei Ohtani will become a regular occurrence, I will predict what kind of phenomena will occur in the Japanese market and among Japanese fans in the future. Simply put, Japanese fans will likely stop watching Dodgers games in which Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki do not participate. If they are Japanese fans who truly love baseball from the bottom of their hearts and support the Dodgers as a team, I believe they will watch the broadcasts. However, for those who are not like that, the fans who specifically support Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, or Roki Sasaki, they will probably not watch Dodgers games when those players are absent. This shows just how much the presence of the samurai trio of Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Roki Sasaki supports the Dodgers market in Japan. So, how can the Dodgers attract the attention of Japanese fans when the samurai trio is not playing? It would be to have other Japanese players on the roster besides the current samurai trio and have them play on a daily basis. Among Japanese fans, there are those who feel that seeing Japanese players succeed is like having someone fight on the world stage on their behalf. The psychology of Japanese fans is structured such that, rather than supporting a team, they support a favorite player, and by extension, support the team that the player belongs to. While I believe there are some who support a team because they love the team itself, the majority support individual players first, and then the teams they play for. The Dodgers are a team destined to win. To ensure the team's victory, they provide rest days for Shohei Ohtani, who is the team's best player. I can accept this logic. However, for the Dodgers organization, which wants to expand its market in Japan from now on, giving Shohei Ohtani rest days means that Japanese fans will stop watching the Dodgers when Ohtani is absent, which could potentially affect market expansion. Even if Ohtani is absent, Japanese fans will likely watch the game if it is a day when Yamamoto or Sasaki is pitching. However, if the samurai trio of Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Sasaki are all absent, I think that no matter how much it is a Dodgers game, no one except those who are extremely fond of baseball will watch. For example, the number of viewers changes significantly between games where Ohtani appears as a hitter and games where he appears only as a pitcher. After all, many fans want to see Ohtani's form as a hitter. They want to see Ohtani's home runs. If they truly love baseball, they will find Ohtani attractive even just as a pitcher and will watch the games. But the audience will likely not be as large as it is for Ohtani the hitter. Since Shohei Ohtani is a two-way player, a specialized usage of him is necessary for his future. For a team like the Dodgers, which is destined to win, it is essential to take great care of Ohtani and let him rest, and this will likely become a regular practice in the future. However, by doing so, there will be days when Japanese fans do not watch Dodgers games, and how the Dodgers will overcome this is a challenge for the future. That is how much of an important existence a player like Shohei Ohtani is to Japanese fans. Similarly, Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki are sources of pride for fans in Japan. As a team, I think Ohtani's rest is good for aiming for victory. But when considered as a business, there are concerns that the level of attention will decrease. I would like to keep an eye on how the Dodgers organization handles this in its future operations. Part 2, Flaws in Data Analysis exposed by Munetaka Murakami. Munetaka Murakami of the White Sox appeared as the number 3 hitter and first baseman in the game against the Royals at Guaranteed Rate Field. The team won 6-2. Murakami had 3 walks. There were no hits or home runs today. It was unfortunate, but the fact that he still drew 3 walks shows his excellent discipline at the plate. In the bottom of the first inning, when the team was trailing 0-1, Murakami got on base with a walk, and there was a scene where they took the lead on Randall Grichuk's 2-run home run, so there were moments where Murakami's walks were effective. I think Murakami, who desires team victory above all else, was also happy. I am looking forward to Murakami's powerful home runs in the next game. Now, I will take up another topic regarding Murakami. Regarding Munetaka Murakami, the scouting departments of various MLB teams are likely disappointed by his current performance. The concern regarding Murakami's move to MLB was as follows. Unlike MLB, the average pitch speed in NPB is slow. He will not be able to handle the balls thrown by MLB pitchers. It seems the White Sox also had that concern until they acquired Murakami, but they chose to believe in him and, brilliantly, they won. While judging players based on data analysis and data standards has its correct parts, I feel like I learned from this case of acquiring Munetaka Murakami that human sensitivity is more important than anything else in predicting the future, rather than just data values. I heard there were other teams besides the White Sox interested in Murakami. But the White Sox were the only ones who made a serious move to acquire him. I think the White Sox were also half doubting. However, moving to acquire Munetaka Murakami led to victory. Through his move to MLB, I feel like Munetaka Murakami is once again demonstrating the important parts beyond judgment based on data. How will the scouting departments of each team read the parts that cannot be read through data? It seems he has presented that challenge to all of MLB through the matter of his transfer. If you are a Japanese fan, I think many people thought that Munetaka Murakami would succeed if he moved to MLB. So, why did only the scouting departments of the MLB teams doubt whether Murakami would succeed? They believed in the data completely and could not see the reality. Their sensitivity was not utilized. To be sure, Murakami hit 56 home runs in a season. However, that was a track record in NPB, not MLB. The average pitch speed of NPB pitchers is inferior to the average pitch speed of MLB pitchers. Also, there is data suggesting Murakami is weak against high fastballs. Data, data, data. Setting the judgment criteria centered on data and passing on acquiring Murakami is the reason why teams other than the White Sox missed out on him this time. Besides the matter of acquiring Murakami, there are times when I wonder, is it okay to trust data in every single detail? Regarding defensive positioning, for a certain left-handed hitter, there is a tendency for that hitter to hit the ball to the right. Therefore, the positions are shifted to the right. The third baseman covers the shortstop's regular position, and the shortstop covers behind second base. Then, the left-handed hitter hits the ball to the normal third base position, resulting in a hit. This is clearly a case of exploiting a hole in the data. There are scenes where extreme defensive positioning based on data works, but conversely, because of that shift, there are also cases where a batted ball that would have been a routine out in conventional baseball with normal defensive positioning becomes a hit. This time, regarding the acquisition of Munetaka Murakami, teams other than the White Sox overemphasized data, and as a result, they judged that a player who should have been acquired was not worth acquiring. Because of that, the White Sox were able to get him. Now, Murakami is producing home runs in large quantities. It could be taken as a warning, which Munetaka Murakami unconsciously presented to MLB, regarding the bias toward data utilization. In the future, scouting departments and the data teams of each club will likely need to refine their sensitivity as well as their numerical values to grasp the future and ability of players. Part 3, Latest information on Japanese players across the league. Seiya Suzuki of the Cubs appeared as the number 4 hitter and designated hitter in the game against the Braves at Truist Park. The team won 2-0. Suzuki had no hits. Although Suzuki had no hits, he was able to create a situation where an error was induced from the opposing team by his batted ball, expanding their chances, so wasn't that a good thing? In this game, Seiya Suzuki appeared as the designated hitter and did not take his position in right field, so I think he might have been a little out of rhythm. He is a player who has succeeded with the rhythm of handling defense and then adjusting his hitting, so I would like them to let him play defense as much as possible. I am expecting Suzuki's powerful hitting in the next game. Kazuma Okamoto of the Blue Jays had no game. That is all for today. Thank you very much.